So opening your own fitness studio, step 1, 2, and 3. Hi everybody at CanFit Pro. My name is Nancy Allen and I'm an expert fitness instructor with 24 years of experience. And 5 years ago I opened my own fitness studio in South Etobicoke, and now I provide workshops for instructors who are interested in starting their own studio. This particular workshop is called Opening Your Own Fitness Studio, Step 1, 2, and 3. And there are preceding workshops and there are workshops that follow. But for me, my step 1 is envisioning your space. So we go through a visualization exercise and then we actually draw what we're going to have inside our space, like bathrooms, front desk, equipment, stuff like that. Step 2 is your opening budget. So we have this list of all of the items that you think you're going to be needing in your studio, like air conditioning, fans, your flooring, your paint, your accessories, your music system, all kinds of different things like that. We make a list. Then we compare it with my actual opening cost list and we do some math. You get to see how much it costs me to open, and some of the things are eliminated because I negotiated some things out of my contract, and then I also got some friends to help me put some things in my studio. And what we do is we actually go through a list of items that we're going to need, and often people will ask questions along the way, like how much does that cost in my state, or is this really necessary? And then we add it all up. We get this huge number and people always freak out and they say, wow, this is so much, I'm never gonna be able to open my studio. But then I can show them a bunch of places where they can make changes, eliminate, or even defer some of their costs. So for example, you have to lay a floor on your studio area, but you might not need to put carpeting in your reception area until next year or the year after. So things like that. And then we have a rough opening balance for a studio, and then I like to say, let's take this opening balance and multiply it by 3. And the reason for that is because that is what I think, for what I've noticed for people, is a comfortable amount of cash money to have either on hand or close at hand, something that's easily accessible or cashable, just in case. So we go through that. It always comes up with lots of questions and interesting stories. And then step 3 is a monthly budget. So aside from the opening cost, another entire budget is the monthly budget, which is very different and much smaller than the opening cost. So things like paint and flooring, you only have one-time cost, and once they're in place, your monthly budget will cover things like your utilities, your instructor fees, your SOCAM fees, and things like that. So we go through a real monthly budget. So I share what's my real monthly budget, and the students get to figure out their estimated monthly budget, so they get an idea of if this is really a viable alternative for them. And they walk away with their plan idea, their opening spreadsheet, everything that they will need to open and the estimated cost of that, and then their monthly budget. So how much will it actually cost to run their studio on an ongoing basis. That naturally leads to, how do we do the math to figure out how many members we need to fill that, and how do we do the marketing to get those members and keep those members. But that of course is step 4, 5, and 6. So open your own fitness studio, step 1, 2, and 3. And I'm Nancy Allen, and I'd love to present this to the participants at CanFit Pro. A lot of fitness instructors are thinking about opening their own studio space, and they want to know, really, is it really viable? How much does it really take? How much money do I need, and how can I raise that money? And I'd love to help them with that. Thank you for your time today. Bye-bye.